What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the Inart 112 Batman. Now, this is the deluxe version, and this is from the Dark Knight Rises. Um, Honestly, I think there's only a few extra parts in this one, but when you get them, it comes very, very heavily packaged. It is very well done. I did get this one off of Bombusby, I think is how you say it, and I've gotten a couple figures from them. So far, I've gotten everything. It's always strange when you order from a site that you don't normally order from, but you had to get it from somewhere like that. Or only maybe two other sites were able to offer it to the States, I believe. So trying to track this guy down was, I guess if you didn't already get it, would be kind of tough. But this is one of the boxes that it comes in. So you got the Inart 112, you got the deluxe version on the side, you got Dark Knight Rises. And then when you open this one, you'll get this other shipper box. Now this one here, this is the Inart 112. And then it's got deluxe version on the side, Inart, what it is on the back, the Dark Knight Rises, one in there. And then you get rid of that one, and then you get the actual box for it. So here we got the actual box. Queen Studios, who does some really nice statues and that sort of thing. That's how I know them. So I wanted to give this Batman a shot because of that, because their sculpts are really, really nice. Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight Trilogy. A little bit of info on the back. Deluxe version. There's the front again. The top. And we'll get them open and check them out. So when you open up that box, you get this here, the clamshells. It looks like it's going to be two parts, one for the base stand, and then you've got this part here with the clear clamshell, but you can't really see any of the accessories because it's really dark in there. So we'll go ahead and get this first part off. It's taped down pretty good. Oh, extra tape down here. Let me make sure I got all of this tape off, and then I'll take him. This Batman's also in this little plastic bag, so I'll get him out of there also. So when you take him out of that plastic wrap here, this is the Batman, and he looks really awesome. He's got these little plastic here to kind of help paint rub and any other kind of scrapes and scratches. That way it's pretty pristine when you get it. Gonna take some of that out, or all of it out rather. All right. And I really want to mess with this guy, but we're going to set it to the side here. Actually, I'll leave him off here so I got more room. Because we got the clamshell with some of his accessories. So, we've got this gun here. I believe it's a... I don't remember if this was like a grappling thing or like it shoots like a net type thing. I can't remember, honestly. But it feels like a good plastic. Feels really nice. Got this nice clear end here, that plastic there, which is really cool because most places would have probably just painted that on the end and called it a day. But that clear plastic makes it look a little more premium, at least from this end. This would have been nice with a little bit of like a dry brushing on it to match that. So that looks really awesome. Just could have used a little bit of a dry brush in there. Because you've got some details in there. Yeah, that looks good. I like that color too. Get a couple of different mouthpieces in there. I'll break those out. And they got this like plastic over it just to help it stay in place. We've got this little launcher here. Looks really good. The sculpt looks nice. Nice clear plastic red. And that's such a small spot that has it in the little white outline, that little dial. Nice gold there. So they got some really small details in there. But it looks good. So if I can get this one out. So we got the grappling gun. His actual grappling gun. Gold. You got some ends right there. Probably got something to plug in there. We'll see. That looks good. The detail, that gold looks really nice. It looks really cool. We'll get this other plastic off here. And you've got a bunch of hand sculpts and his batterings. I'll show the batterings now, but I'm probably not going to bring them all out just because I don't want to lose them. But this is what they look like. Really, really tiny. But they're this nice gold paint. Really awesome. Nice sculpt. And again, that gold looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back. There's 4 of them in there. And then you get, he comes with 2 fists on him. Nice gloves. 1 for each hand. You get a set of these hands here. Kind of reaching. They look pretty okay. Soft grabbing. Or soft reaching, rather. You can see the little lines in the gloves. It's a really nice gray with the black for knuckles. You get 1 for each side. If I got something I can reach in there. You got these little C-clamp hands. Same thing, gray with the black knuckles. You can see the texturing in there. Grabbing something. Both hands. Another soft open hand. Maybe rating hand you something. Another one that looks like you're grabbing a pole or something, a stick, kind of like this. And then a set of trigger finger hands, probably for the those guns, you know. His grappling hook. Which looks really nice. And that's it for his hands. And the batterings. In fact, one of those hands could probably hold the batterings pretty nice. Lay that back down. We get a couple of mouth sculpts. So, looks like you've got his mask here. In the faceplate, the flesh part right there is going to be what comes out, and then you'll get this here. So you get a little bit of a softer lips. And then another one. They're really tiny, so just be careful not to lose those. A little more of a frowny one. So just slight variations of the lip. We'll get a better look at those whenever I put those in the mask when we go through it later. You also get another tray here. So in here, I believe, in here is going to be his cape in the big envelope. You get these instructions, how to apply a different design, the cape, or to how to put that rather. It might actually come off his chest. So it does say it's magnetically attached. So yeah, that part probably comes off. Then we'll put the cape, and just follow these whole things. How to use a sticky bomb, the grappling gun, the batarangs, everything like that. Then of course we got the stand, and it is deluxe, so we got the extra head sculpt also, which is going to be in there, and I will show that later. And that's pretty much it for kind of quick overview of his accessories. We'll take a look at the cape and everything as I break it out and put everything on him. So taking a look at Batman himself, he looks awesome. He's not just a solid black. He's got this like dark, like matte type black, but he's also got this slightly shinier, like gray. Maybe it looks almost even brownish. But I'd say it's just like a silver, maybe. It's just really light, but it is shining. You can see it there in the chest area, like here, in there. That really kind of, they're different, you can see it. I mean, look at that head sculpt. Looks good. The mask. It wasn't really my favorite mask. It just always looked weird to me. You look at the texture in there in the neck. That symbol. Texturing here in the chest part. In these same areas that have that same color. All got texturing. You got the smallest texturing in between, like the webbing, which is really cool. Like to get those deep down details, like that's really cool. Some more of that off color, that different color around, all around the body. You got the nice gold belt. Looks good. All the way around. It is kind of soft. It does move around. Looks like it was folded into his leg a little bit, so kind of bring that out a little bit. But you got this nice silver in there too. Look at that. Just that color in there is like really, really high end for me. I think it really does a lot. You got the black in between in the lines, the line work. It's just so nice. Everything about this looks really nice. The texturing here in like that armpit area looks like some real webbing in there. You got his gauntlets. He looks so good. Sculpting back here. Look at the line we're going through there. The boots. Different textures. You got like this rough looking texture, and then you got like this webbing looking type thing. Back to this leather looking. The boots. Just man. Look at that. Really cool. For articulation, the head doesn't really move up and down so much on its own. Like there it goes, going up, going down, Got to be like a ball in there. Now, you get this joint here at the base of the neck, and that lets you go way forward and look up way back. You get this tiny gap here when you go way back, but it's not much. It's not bad at all. But look how far down that's going. Like, that's crazy. That's awesome. It does look up pretty good. Like he's diving down from a building, coming at you. Yeah, and his mouth came out. And that's basically how you're going to be replacing the other ones. But T-pose. Arm goes up really good. And you can see where this is actually hinged. The shoulder, the pauldron, armor. Just like that. And it lets you maneuver it around. Really nice. Get that back on him. I'll put that on in a second. You can get a better look at here. Got the butterfly joints. Moves forward pretty good. Back. Arms don't quite cross the body. They move in pretty good. No bicep. Oh yeah. So mid bicep instead of upper bicep. So it goes along with this armor part right here, which is nice. I love having the upper bicep cut, but if you can work it in somewhere else, that's cool too. And they worked it in with the sculpt here. So that's nice. Double jointed elbows. They bend very far. Really nice. And of course, the hand pegs on, hinge, everything in there. One of the cool things about this is that I noticed earlier, you're going to go for your ab crunch. Are you going to get an ab crunch? Are you getting a diaphragm cut? Well, you get a diaphragm cut. Moves about that far. So not much. But everywhere along these lines here is cut up into the sculpt for more articulation. So you can see it better from the back. See like the whole thing moving in there? A joint, a joint, a joint. Like how cool is that? This probably would have been sculpted in one piece for most places and called it a day. You get your ball waist and whatever you get is what you get. This helped give you more articulation, and it made me a real big fan of not just this design, but of this company so far. Doing something like that. I guess thinking not just about the sculpt and everything like that, but maybe thinking about the collector will make you or make me give you another chance for other figures. You know, I want to see more of what you can do. You clearly care about what you're doing, and I want to see what else you can do. So that's very awesome. And then in here, you raise the belt. You get you can kind of see a little bit of the pegs in there at the bottom. That is where you get your joint. Of course, again, that's hidden by your belt normally. Then you've got leg goes forward that far, goes back to about neutral. You get upper thigh cut in there. You get double jointed knees, go back really far, hinge, rotation, that pivot, all in the ankle, and then you get toe joints. I'm not the biggest fan of toe joints. I think it creates a weak point in the figure over time. So I tend not to flex them if I don't have to. So yeah, that is our Inart Batman's articulation. Swing that around. And he looks good. again, Queen Studios makes some really awesome looking statues. So sculpt wise, I expected nothing less from their figures, look wise, but questioning maybe their articulation and movement, how they were going to do that. And so far, I'm pretty impressed with them. I really like it. They did a good job. Now let's put on some different accessories and maybe try some different face sculpts and, mess with this figure a little bit more. Here's the cape outside of the little envelope that was in there, keeping it kind of flat. You can see there's a little bit of glue here that's kind of helping it with the folds. So I won't pull that apart. But it's got these little hooks here. Right there. That are going to come over his shoulders and kind of hook into a spot. So here I already took the top part of his chest off. It's magnetized. Strong magnets too, which I really like. They want to pull that out of my fingers right there. Just kind of snap. So we're going to take that. And again, they got a spot to hook in. Just to kind of hold its place. Doesn't really snap in anywhere. It's just kind of using the weight of the cape to pull the hooks down. And then I guess we're just going to have to kind of manage both right there. Looks like it might take a little bit of practice in there. Let me see if I can get that a little more secure off camera. But that's pretty much how it would work. So that was a little bit tougher than I thought until I figured it out. So the hardest part to get it to snap or really click in there in the grooves, I would take this chest piece as you put the cape parts in there and then kind of angle it. So you're gonna come in kind of like at this angle here and make sure that it gets under this groove here, and then it should sit flush. That was the hardest part, figuring that part out. But you got a nice cape that drapes really nice. I got them with a different mouthpiece, which I know doesn't look very drastic. Most of them, they're not really too different from each other. And I got him holding his grappling gun, so you can kind of angle it upwards. Get a nice twist in the body. Maybe he's taken off. Another thing you get is the stand here. So the Dark Knight Rises. This is part of the deluxe set, I believe. That is one of those differences, but yeah, looking at him here, not nothing too crazy. One of the other deluxe parts is, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this, I believe we're going to take the whole thing off. So you got the head there. Actually, that might be the only thing. Because that doesn't sit right. Okay. So we're also going to pull the neck part out, just like that. Other deluxe part. I think it looks great. my lights are making him look more pale than what it is in person, but he looks really good. Turn those away. Like, that's awesome. That looks like him to me. I think that's a great sculpt. And it is Queen Studio, so again, I was thinking they were going to have a good sculpt anyways. Like, that's awesome. Pop that in. Got him without the mask on. Guess you can kind of have him holding the cowl like that. And that's pretty cool. I don't know how I'm going to display him because I really love the bale head, and this is the reason why I bought this version, pretty much, is to get that sculpt. Really nice. Let's try a couple other looks. One thing I did want to mention is when you put this bale head sculpt on, the neck piece that comes out with the other head, you can see that's got the double bulb peg. The head will snap down onto that. This bale head is all one sculpt. So while you get 2 points of articulation here, like in the top of the neck and the base of the neck, you only get it in the base of the neck when you put the bale head in, which isn't bad. You still get really good range of motion. It looks down, looks up, straight ahead. Can go back just a little bit, but it looks down pretty nice. And of course, you get your tilt. So you're still getting really good range. It's just in one solid piece versus two. Just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Here he is with that, I think it's like an EMP gun, something like that. But I switched out the hand here. You can see how this one is stretched out forward. Got it shouldered. Man, it looks really, really good. Like the way that he's able to get that, shouldered and rock that look. That is awesome. Maybe he's about to kick a door in. Pat, 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 pat. So nice. And of course, he can't hold these poses that I'm, holding them in. I'm just kind of spinning them at the same time, But, really cool. No wiring in the cape now that I'm thinking about it, in case anybody's wondering. Can he run? Yeah, we can get a nice running pose. Something like that. And just fun. Like, this guy's gonna be able to hit all kinds of little poses, you know? Most of his accessories are kind of like this. So, same thing. Man, how do you pose it? Like, do you are gonna leave that bat helmet on there? I mean, again, I got the deluxe version for this head sculpt, so I feel like I gotta hold this helmet in his hand, but you're not gonna show the face. It's gonna be a tough call. Maybe something like that. And again, the Bale suit isn't like my favorite. The suit is nice, but the head sculpt is not my favorite. One of the reasons I picked this up is because we saw that there, or I saw that they were gonna be making like Catwoman and maybe Bane. I think it was. And I loved the Bane. So, and the Catwoman looked great too. So, if I was going to be getting more figures from this Batman universe, the trilogy, um, I definitely knew I was going to need a Batman. So, I mean, if they make a Joker, that's going to be pretty wild too. Because I mean, look at the all the stuff you get with him. Pretty crazy. All right, for a little comparison, we've got the Chaos Superman, the National Defender, and I mean, he's imposing. He makes this Bale look kind of small, but I think he does that to a lot of figures. He's very imposing. Um, but they do look good together. They do look pretty cool. I do like that. And then, let's see what else we got around. Oh, yep, left this guy out. We have a Mezco Batman. So this is one of my favorite Batman figures. What I don't really like about it is the magnetic head attachment. So this figure comes apart here so that you can make all kinds of different, I won't say all kinds of, but you'll make variations to his look with that. And I like it more like this. You just pop and swap, have little ball joints and just make it good enough to, come off. I hate that magnet there. But it is look wise a very nice Batman to me. I think they both look really good. But this one is bulkier and does fit more with like the chaos. And here he is next to the Marvel Legends Maximum Spider-Man, which he looks like he scales really nice with. I do like that. They seem pretty much about the same height. And then here is Heavy Duty, and he's taller than them. I won't say kind of. He's definitely taller than them and a little bit bigger than them. He seems like he might scale better with the other Batman. Yeah, they're closer. The Mezco Batman and Heavy Duty are closer in height, while that Spider Man is closer to this Bale Batman. And here he is next to my Mythics. I'm sorry, my McFarlane Bane. Um, I do wish I could have found my Mayfix Bane. It's in one of my tubs. I believe I set it away for some reason. I think they would have been a lot better of a scale, but I figured I need to throw a Bane in there. So that's the McFarlane one, our Mega Fig. So definitely way bigger if you're trying to do like some kind of super souped up Bane. Definitely dwarfing Batman type scene. All right, so overall, I think this figure is really awesome. Um, again, I do have the deluxe version. There isn't very many pieces that come with the deluxe version versus the regular version. I believe the main thing being this bale head, which was the biggest reason for me to get that deluxe version. And I think it was totally worth it because I really do see the likeness in it. And yeah, I think it was totally worth it because I'm going to use that head on the display with him holding his helmet like I was showing earlier. I really love the articulation in this Batman. I like the way that they sculpted in the ab crunch area, the way they did it in little sections to give him that range of motion, but the way that it works with the sculpt, absolutely beautiful. I guess one of the complaints I have is the way the cape fits in there. I wish that could have been done a little bit different because it doesn't really clip into anything. Maybe a magnet on the end of the cape would have helped to maybe sit it perfectly. So right now you got to do kind of this little weird maneuvering to get it to all the chest plate to clip in with the cape there. But once you get it in, it's in really nicely. It's just that part right there. So if you're going back and forward without the cape, with the cape, I can see that getting a little bit annoying. And one thing I noticed while messing with him was the mouthpiece falls out of the helmet head a little bit easy when you're trying to maneuver him and turn the head. If you like tap the jaw, it'll pop out. So just a little too easy for me. And that is another thing that bothered me was the mouth area. There wasn't enough variation for me. I mean, I know he wasn't very expressive, but he could have had like that shouting face, like yelling Rachel or something like that, you know. Right now, most of the mouths, they're very slightly different, not too much. So yeah, other than that, I mean, I think it's really awesome. The paint looks good. The different variations, that silver or really light gray, like a gunmetal, I can't tell exactly what it is. It's a really strange color, but a nice color. The sculpting, the web work in the suit, the boots, the texturing, all of it looks really, really good. I think it looks very spot on, which again, with Queen Studios, I was expecting the sculpt and everything to be on point. I think with this release, they definitely have my attention. I will be looking at more figures from them as they come out. Again, if they're making more of those figures, the Catwoman, I think I saw, it might be coming out, the Bane. I'll definitely be picking those up. And man, I can't imagine if they were gonna make like a Joker, maybe an Alfred. That would be awesome. Yeah, they definitely got my attention. So yeah, a really, really nice figure to me. Hopefully I showed you enough for you to make up your mind whether you're trying to hunt it down, whether you need the deluxe or regular version. And just, you know, do you really want it for your collection? Because it is a little pricey. So does it come with enough to warrant that for you, the individual? So as always, I hope I helped you out in some way. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.